Hi folks, got a quick video for you today that is going to introduce you to creating HTML documents and the very first HTML tag. So here we go. The objective today is just that you're going to be able to create a super basic HTML document, the most basic document that there could be. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. On the docket for this little quick lesson is that you're going to learn first how to make an HTML file in the first place. And then you'll learn about the most basic of HTML tags. So let's get started with HTML files. Okay, so this is pretty easy. You know, Word documents and PowerPoint, they each have their own type of file. An HTML file has its own file as well. They're just regular text files. They just have, you know, words and stuff on the inside. They're nothing super fancy. And you can make them with any simple text editor. So in Windows, you can use Notepad, which is under Accessories. We're going to be using something special called Notepad++, which will make it easier for us. But HTML files are generally saved with the .html file extension. So you know how you have .docx or .doc for Word documents and so on. For HTML, it's .html at the end. So let me show you really quickly how you might make one of these documents. I'm going to open up Notepad++. Okay, and here's a blank text document inside Notepad++. And then if I wanted to save this document as an HTML file, I'll just go to Save As. Instead of saving it as a normal text file, I'm just going to save this on my desktop, and I'm going to call it hello.html. And that .html is important so that the file is recognized as an HTML file. And I'll hit Save, and that's it. I've got myself a basic HTML file. That's it. Just a regular text file with a .html extension. Okay. Now, what do we put inside an HTML file? Well, we put HTML tags in there. So let me describe those briefly. Every HTML element, everything that we use in HTML is coded using what we're called tags. Okay, and a tag just looks like this. It has this syntax. 2 brackets, like this, and the name of the tag, whatever type of tag it is. Okay, and a lot of HTML elements also have another tag that says, okay, this is the end of that now. And that's the same thing, the 2 brackets, but also a slash, and then the name of the tag. So, for example, you might want to have something that's in bold. And for that you put in brackets, you put B for bold. And then when you're done wanting something to be bold, you put the brackets /B. And you'll learn how this works in a second. The most basic of HTML tags is the HTML tag. And every HTML page you'll ever write will always include HTML in the beginning and /HTML at the end. And this is telling the browser that what you're about to give it is HTML. So in the beginning you say bracket bracket HTML, and at the end you say bracket /HTML bracket. Okay, so let me show you how this would work in Notepad++. Here's our document from before. It's called hello.html. And the very first thing I want to do is put that HTML tag. Every document that we always create is going to say !HTML, just like that. And then at the end of our document, we want it to say !/HTML. That means, okay, my HTML is done. So the slash means like no longer anymore. Okay? And now anything that goes between here is the content of my HTML page. So I'm just going to type hello, and I'm going to save it. And I saved that to my desktop before. So if I go here, you can see here's my hello HTML. And if I double click on it, it's going to open in my browser. And look, I've got my first web page I've ever made. And all it says is hello. But the key point is that every HTML page is going to have an HTML tag in the very beginning and a /HTML tag in the very end. And most HTML elements are going to begin with a bracketed thing like this and a / bracketed thing at the end like that. Okay, so hopefully through all that you just learned how to make a super basic HTML document, and that's going to set you up to take down assignment 2. So good luck.